So imagine a big explosion as you climb through 3,000 feet. Imagine a plane full of smoke. Imagine an engine going clack, 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 clack. Sounds scary. Well, I had a unique seat that day. I was sitting in 1D. I was the only one who could talk to the flight attendants. So I looked at them right away, and they said, no problem. We probably hit some birds. The pilot had already turned the plane around, and we weren't that far. You could see Manhattan. 2 minutes later, 3 things happen at the same time. The pilot lines up the plane with the Hudson River. It's usually not the route. He turns off the engines. Now imagine being on a plane with no sound. And then he says 3 words, as unemotional 3 words as I've ever heard. He says, brace for impact. I didn't have to talk to the flight attendant anymore. I could see in her eyes, it was terror. Life was over. And I want to share with you 3 things I learned about myself.
Can you remember a moment when a brilliant idea flashed into your head? It was perfect for you. And then all of a sudden, from the depths of your brain, another thought started forcing its way forward through the enthusiasm until finally it shouted, yeah, great idea, but what if you fall on your face? What do you do when you fall on your face? Do you try and jump right up and hope no one noticed? Are you more concerned with what other people will think than what you can learn from this? Mr. Contest Chair, friends, and the people way in the back. Ouch! Did you feel I stayed down too long? Have you ever stayed down too long?
Good morning. How are you? It's been great, hasn't it? I've been blown away by the whole thing. In fact, I'm leaving. There have been 3 themes, haven't there, running through the conference, which are relevant to what I want to talk about. One is the extraordinary evidence of human creativity in all of the presentations that we've had and in all the people here. Just the variety of it and the range of it. The second is that it's put us in a place where we have no idea what's going to happen in terms of the future. No idea how this may play out.
Okay, now I don't want to alarm anybody in this room, but it's just come to my attention that the person to your right is a liar. Also, the person to your left is a liar. Also, the person sitting in your very seats is a liar. We're all liars. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you what the research says about why we're all liars, how you can become a lie spotter, and why you might want to go the extra mile and go from lie spotting to truth seeking.
Speech writing must be one of the weirdest jobs in the world. No matter how carefully the words have been prepared, you're never quite sure how they're going to be delivered. Yesterday, I was in London, and I was watching one of my clients, who's a big Australian businessman, deliver a speech that I'd written for him. And I'd written for him this passage, kind of with Winston Churchill in mind, about how we've got to fight for our future, fight to protect our position, fight our competitors. And I'd forgotten about the Australian accent, and I watched from the back of the room with horror as I saw him go, we've got to fight for our future, fight to protect our position. And I'll tell you what, folks, when I wake up every morning, there's one thing I know for sure I'm going to do that day. Fight!
Sadly, in the next 18 minutes when I do our chat, 4 Americans that are alive will be dead through the food that they eat. My name's Jamie Oliver. I'm 34 years old. I'm from Essex in England. And for the last 7 years, I've worked fairly tirelessly to save lives in my own way. I'm not a doctor. I'm a chef. I don't have expensive equipment or medicine. I use information, education. I profoundly believe that the power of food has a primal place in our homes that binds us to the best bits of life. We have an awful, awful reality right now.
So, is this thing on? Can you hear me? All right. Well, my presentation is called Internet Marketing Made So Simple That the CEO of a $100 million company can do it. Now, we just came back from lunch. You all are gonna probably be tired, but I already promised myself that since every other speaker made you guys stretch, I'm not gonna make you guys do jumping jacks or stretches or anything like that. If you look under your seat during lunch, we tape little baggies of cocaine and meth under there. If everyone just does one bump, good to go. All right, no, I'm kidding. Wow, some people are searching pretty frantically.